Welcome to Smart Remarks, where John Lennon said, "Happiness is a warm gun." Or maybe that was John Wilkes Booth.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
This show comes to you from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where about 5 years ago, a group of guys known as the Smoketown Six landed in the national spotlight when they protested a visit by then-President George W. Bush by stripping down to their thong underwear and reenacting a scene, the human pyramid scene from the Abu Ghraib photos. Now, they were arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, charges that were subsequently dropped, but conservatives were, as you might imagine, wait for it, outraged at their behavior, and letters to the editor talked about how these idiots were abusing the rights that Americans had fought and died to protect, all because they pointed their bare buttocks in the general direction of the president. And so, these last couple weeks I've been thinking about the Smoketown Six, and I've been thinking, if that was offensive, how about firearms? If you've been following the teabag protests outside town hall meetings on the healthcare issue, you know that the latest rage amongst the outrage is to show up packing heat. At an August 11th event in New Hampshire, a man with a pistol strapped to his leg stood with a sign saying it's time to water the Tree of Liberty. This being a reference to Thomas Jefferson's famous quote about how the Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. At an August 17th Obama event in Arizona, about a dozen people showed up packing heat, including one guy who had an AR-15 assault rifle slung over his shoulder. Now, all of this was legal. None of this broke any laws. Nobody was arrested. No crimes were committed. But just imagine, if the Smoketown Six, instead of stripping down to their skivvies, had assault rifles instead. Do you think conservatives would have had a problem with that? It would have been the lead story on Drudge for days. Fox News would have had a nervous breakdown. Bill O'Reilly would have screamed about how this was a threat to the President of the United States. And Ann Coulter would have talked about how it proved liberals' murderous intentions.
That's what I think heaven's going to look like.
And you know what? Had it happened that way, they might have had a point. The people showing up at these town hall events with guns are exercising their Second Amendment rights, but there's more to it than that. They are attempting to make a statement. When confronted by tyranny, which in this case constitutes a democratically elected majority proposing legislation, they will stand up for their rights. Just as our forebears fought back against tyranny with firearms, so too might they. And so this is an implicit threat. This is an attempt to send a message. It's a message Lee Harvey Oswald, maybe John Wilkes Booth, would have understood perfectly.
Exercising my rights as an American in Arizona.